Crafty Tart, welcome back. I posted some of these onto Foxy Crafters, Tracy Fox's Facebook page, having experimented with them after I saw them on Medieval Mirage YouTube channel, and the lovely Jarf, who's also got a fantastic Etsy shop, and she did a variation on this, or I've done a variation on her version of Bohemian Technique coffee dyed paper. She's done 2 or 3 videos on her channel about it. She does hers slightly different from me. She uses pieces of small scraps of coloured card underneath her stencils, but I decided to try it with tissue paper that bleeds. Now, you do have to make sure, obviously, that the tissue paper does bleed, otherwise it just won't work at all. I think you just find on the label whether it's colour fast or not. So this I actually bought as, I hate to say bleeding tissue paper, but that's what I bought, or tissue paper that bleeds. And yeah, it certainly does. That was just at the very end of my playing about yesterday, where I just wanted to use up some of the dye and colour that was left over in the strips of paper that I did in this sort of rainbow strips. I started off by doing scraps of tissue paper, and that came out like this. This was on a sort of thicker, almost pamphlet type paper, which has a smooth coating on it. It's not quite as absorbent as copier paper, but the outcome was good. That was the first lift from where the colours hadn't actually merged together quite so well. Some of them merge better than others, as you can see, and they're still quite nice on the other side. That one was, as I say, the patches. That was the strips at the end of the session. And this was with new strips down again. You can get several prints from one set of tissue paper, and I only plan to do one today to show you how I did it. But some of the results I got were, that was the different paper again, as was that. And as I say, as you go on, the prints just get better when the colour merges into each other, and you get less pronounced sort of shaping, but it leaves a lovely effect where the template, the stencil was. And this was copier paper, which is coffee dyed as well, and this is a more blended one than this one, for instance. So yeah, got some really good results, and somebody commented that it was very similar to jelly prints, and it is, but you don't need a jelly to do them, and it's almost like embossed paper, where you can see the ridges of the stencil on there. So without further ado, my setup isn't quite as complicated as Jarf's. I've started off on a board that wipes clean, so I'm not worried about what I get on it. I've got a couple of templates, and I've got my A4 paper, and these are my tissue paper strips that I've cut from A4 size strip sheets of tissue. So all I've done here is I'm just going to give that a quick spray with some water so that the tissue paper sticks to it, It doesn't blow away. And you can put it in a rainbow effect or just random colours, which is what I'm doing now. I'm doing the order that they were on in the sheets. Hope you all had a good weekend. I spent most of yesterday sat in this very seat, keeping the cushion warm and playing, which is a perfect day as far as I'm concerned. The yellow one. And then you can just repeat that pattern if you want to, or you can just do them random. Purple. There aren't as many purple sheets in this pack as there are everything else. Not to worry, but the colour does run very well from the purple tissue. Turquoise, and we're just about there. I'll just put one more on, which will be orange. Now it doesn't matter how far apart they are, how close together, depends, you know, what sort of spread of colour you want, really. I'll keep those for another time because I've no doubt I'll be doing it again, but I will keep them away from the sprayers that I'm going to use. Okay, then you choose your stencil. No, before you choose your stencil, spray your tissue fairly generously with water, just plain water. It makes the colours really vibrant. So that's that. Then put your stencil on the top, like that. And then your paper, which I'll now coffee dye. You can use pre-coffee dyed paper if you like, but I think the paper being moist helps the colours be absorbed up from the tissue underneath. So I'm just going to tidy myself up here. Try not to get coffee all down my top. Now I'm just going to quickly stretch that out a little bit to get rid of some of those bubbles, and I'm going to use my brayer on here to assist the process. And you'll soon see the colours starting to come through. I've got very little patience, and I wasn't prepared to leave mine overnight to dry, so I actually dried mine with a heat tool. Okay. Then what I did was went over it with this kitchen towel, and that pushes the paper down into all the recesses of the stencil. If you want the pattern a bit more random, I wouldn't worry doing this. I'd just let it soak up what it wants to. But I rather like the sort of embossed look that it gives. And as you can see, the colour's coming through now. I think I might try and get some more tissue paper, but with less vibrant colours. And although I like the vibrancy, sometimes you don't always want it in your journals or whatever you use your background papers for. With the tags I did the other day, I can see myself doing another boho journal actually, or gypsy journal is what I did before, which I did enjoy doing, I must say. Okay. Carefully put the paper up, and there we have it. And as I say, you can see all the lines really clearly on this one, which I don't like so much, but you go through this process to get to where you want to. So I'm just going to dry this one out a little bit. I won't completely dry it because it'd take too long, but there's some lovely effects along here. Okay, I'm not going to make you sit and watch me dry this out, but it's starting to dry out now, so I'll set it to one side while we do another one. So I'm going to leave this stencil on for a while and do another one. And that was the coffee, not the water. So I've coffee stain tissue paper instead of there we are, let's dump that down again. Another piece of paper. Just going to stretch that taut. And then roller. And this isn't quite so saturated as the last one, but we'll see what happens anyway. Just concentrating on some of the lines I can, or where the strips change colour, to try and spread out that dye a little. No, it's not so good where I've left the damp patches, the dry patches, so it obviously needs quite a soaking in the coffee, or any other fluid for that matter. Definitely works best on wet paper. So let's try that again. Amazing how these things evolve. Somebody sparks it off with a tutorial and a fantastic idea, and then people adapt it as they go along. But, there we are. It's quite wet, that one. So I'll just dry it out a little bit. Leave that one to dry a bit more now. I'm going to change the stock there. Doesn't matter if it tears, you can just pop it back together again. Okay, so I'm going to change the stencil up now and give it a quick spray before I put the stencil on. Okay, and this is quite a nice mandala stencil, not as big spaces and holes as the other one I used, and that, as Jar said, the swirly one is one of the best ones to use. I've got quite a lot of little stencils which I might have to play with, but these big A4 ones, I've only got one or two of them. And I seem to have, oh no, I haven't, it's the stencil. I thought I had 2 sheets of paper there for a minute. So let's soak this in coffee. Mop it up. I haven't quite sprayed myself in it yet. I used a shower cleaner thing for the spray bottle, and it smells like disinfected coffee. Nice. Some of the dye's coming out. There's probably a better way of doing this, but this seems to work for me, so I'm going to stick with it unless anybody's got any brilliant ideas. Right, let's see what this one's done. Yeah, that's really pretty. Really pretty. Let's mop up some of the... Can't get it off the table. Do. Hope we're not blinded by my kitchen towel. It's just a wee bit vibrant, but I never lose it. Soak up some of the fluid, I think, from like this. Get out some of the moisture from the paper before I dry it. This one's really pretty. That's got the worst of the moisture out anyway. And there's some really beautiful effects on here where it's all melded into each other. Colours. Beautiful. Love it. And there's that one. and that one. I think you probably get the gist of how to do it now. And I think the possibilities are much greater. I definitely like the more subdued one rather than the fresh. So that was after the 3. That was the third generation one, if you like to call it that. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and yeah, I hope you enjoy having a play. I don't think I got into too much of a mess doing mine. So just with the sheet, you could do it actually on one of those plastic pockets or something, whatever you like, plastic bag, plastic cloth. But that I found didn't absorb any of it. Look at that, those lovely colours on the back there. I might take a picture of that and scan it in, because it's aren't they beautiful? Yeah. So yeah, it'd be nice to see what everybody gets up to. So yeah, if you've got any questions, leave me a message in the box below, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks for watching, and if you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe, and your comments will be appreciated. Many thanks. Bye bye for now.